Hi everyone and welcome and Happy New Year. My name is Dora and this is my intro to Pan That Palette 2024. Pan That Palette was developed by Amber F. She's always linked down below in my description box. And this year I have decided to work on 3 eyeshadow palettes. Yes, alright. Let's go through them. The first palette looks very familiar to a lot of you here who've been following me along on this series in the previous year. Revolution Kombucha Kiss palette with some Franken shades in there. And as a reminder, this is how far I got with it last year. I'm very proud and happy to say that I have not touched this palette in between my last update, my finale, and today. That was my goal because I really wanted to focus in on using my collection a bit more organically, to actually use palettes that I had ignored for a while and to not be mix and matching shades anymore that are in different palettes and different projects. I'm now going to insert a slide here so you can see the total amount of uses that I have got on this palette in 2023, and this is per pan location. There are 4 shades in here that have been repressed and frankened, so it's per location, not necessarily per eyeshadow. I think I'm now going to insert some cutaway shots now so you can actually see some swatches. I don't think I've swatched it in its entirety since I have repressed it, so why don't I go and do that and show you now. I'm going to talk about goals for this palette once I have introduced the other 2 to you as well. Okay. Right, my main Pan That palette for 2024 is one that you have voted on. I posted a video showing you 6 palettes that I'd like to pan. I want to say in October maybe. Either way, I'm going to link the video here if you wanted to see that. From those 6 palettes, based on everyone's comments, I whittled it down to 4 because that's the amount of palettes I could show you within a poll, including a picture. So yeah, but still, okay, we do have an order. Let's start with the palette that got the least amount of comments and that therefore wasn't included in the poll. And that was the Urban Decay Prince palette, also called You Got the Look. It did get a couple of votes, but yeah, it wasn't as popular. So it's not this one. I've got 3 pans on it. Maybe another time. Maybe this will appear in other projects. We'll see. And then this next palette in 5th place also didn't make it into the poll. It was very, very tight. But in the end, it was this one here, Barry M Black Cherry palette. This is a 9-pan palette, which looks like this. 2 pans. Right, and then it came to the poll. Thank you so much to everyone who voted. As of today, I have had 161 votes. Thank you so much. That is a lot to me for a tiny channel. And the palette that is in 4th place at 21% is the Catrice Tropic Exotic eyeshadow palette. I really would have enjoyed working on this. I only did a no pan left behind on this for deck of panning last year. Doesn't have pan on it. Maybe it'll roll into project level up at one point. I really hope so. I enjoy these shadows, but yeah, not this year. In 3rd place is my Revolution Chilled palette. This is currently my oldest palette. I think I got mixed up and said that Urban Decay was my oldest. This one is my oldest palette. There's 1 pan in here on Candyland. There are 3 pressed glitters in here, and yeah, it's not gonna happen. It's gonna stick around. I really do like it. I have added one of the shades into Duty and Palma Batch Tip for this year, which I'm playing over on Instagram with Billy. So yeah, it's still gonna get some use on it this year, but not for Pan That palette. And in 2nd place is my Essence Welcome to Miami palette. This is a 12-pan palette One pan again, 5 shimmers, 7 mattes in here. I really would have enjoyed working on this. And it's got 25%. Oh yeah, the Revolution Shield had 24%. So these were very close together in terms of percentage, but yeah. Not this one for this year, maybe another time. And the palette that is officially going to be my Pan That Palette 2024 is from BH Cosmetics. And it's the Colori Vivaci palette. This is a 16 pan palette, and here it is. And there are only 10 grams in here in total. So these shades are quite small. Let's actually hold it next to the Kombucha Kiss palette, another 16 pan palette, as we know. These are, in the Kombucha Kiss, they are 1 gram per shade. And yeah, this is a lot less, and I'm sure you can see. I mean, if this is how far I got in the bigger palette, also bearing in mind that I was working on another palette and there is my side Pan That palette in here now. Hopefully I can do some really good damage on this one this year. I really do hope so. However, I have never used this or swatched it. So why don't we do that now, live on camera? Yeah. I've looked on the website, like I couldn't find any description of the shade, so you're gonna just have to trust me. So this is the first shade. Ooh, very nice and bright. So that's this one here. That would be a very nice inner corner highlight, brow bone type shade. Beautiful. Very, goes on very smooth as well. Next we've got a gold shimmer, which isn't always my favorite, but I'm sure I can make it work. Also really nice formula. Yeah, I mean, BH is just a nice formula. We all know it. Okay, let's look at this periwinkle shimmer here next. Does that really match my nail polish? And here's a swatch of that. That is gorgeous. I love that. Oh yeah, nice. Okay, cool. And then a dark blue shimmer. Seems a little bit drier, more satin, I would say, than shimmer, just in terms of the texture. But yeah, beautiful. I do like blue eyeshadow. I never used to like blue eyeshadow on me, but it was after watching some tutorials by Sam Chapman on Instagram. She has got beautiful blue eyes, but they're like sort of icy blue, not like gray blue like mine, but I was like, oh my gosh, she can really pull it off. And then I started playing around with blues and suddenly I'm like, yeah, I think I can do it. This next row here, we've got our first matte, a yellow matte. Looks familiar. Another yellow matte. How similar are they actually? Let's hold them together. This one seems warmer, yeah. I mean, didn't manage to get pan in this. It's not my favorite shade. And here is a swatch of it. Oh, can you see it? It's very visible for me, but yeah, anyway. Okay. Next, I have got here a slightly more cool toned gold shimmer shade. And here is what that looks like. 2 more in that row, a turquoisey shimmer and an aqua minty shimmer. Whoa, nice, okay. So first the turquoise and then the aqua mint one. Yeah, pretty, very pretty. Moving on to the third row, there's a rosy shimmer, another blush type rosy satin, I want to say, or matte, a pink matte and a cool toned red matte. So let's look at those next. So that's those. Oh, this is such a nice rainbow palette, actually. I'm really happy with this. I think I'm gonna have a lot of variety this year with this. Okay. Bottom row, all matte or neutral. A sort of yellow leaning beige matte. Sort of burnt orangey matte. A more cool toned medium brown and a warm toned medium brown. And that's those. All right. Okay. Oh yeah, that only goes to here. I was swatching a bit more generously over here, but that's cool. Okay, color story. Love it. How far am I gonna get with this? Yeah, goals. Again, I've got one more to show you and then we'll look at goals. So for this year, I really wanted to do the Fantastic Ladies Facebook groups theme, which is fun-sized palette. So I picked myself one of my small palettes, my fun-sized palettes. The theme was voted on in the group and fun-sized was the one that won, and it was submitted by Jacki Lootens. I don't think Jacki has a Instagram or YouTube page. I'm just gonna link the Facebook group. If that ever changes throughout this year, I'll update it. But because I'm also working on 2 palettes, I want to give a shout out to Paula, aka a beauty guru, made me do it, who came up with the theme Better Together, which basically means you're panning 2 palettes that work really well together. I really enjoy watching Paula. I find her incredibly comforting. Watching Paula just brings me back down to earth. So I love her for that. So yeah, shout out to Paula, who's also linked down below. If you don't know her already, please check her out. She's amazing. And here is my fun size palette. I've decided to pan the Too Faced That's My Jam palette. This is an 8-pan palette. And here is what it looks like. It has a smell of blueberry jam. On the website it says fresh blueberries, but definitely more artificial. But yeah, anyway, 8 shades in here. I'm gonna insert some swatches and I'll talk you through the shades as well. We have got Spread It, which is a light peachy pink matte. Grape Soda, a light grade lavender matte. Pickup Limes, a multi-dimensional green and blue pearl shimmer, which is on my inner corner today. Jam Session, a vivid magenta with pink shimmer metallic. We Be Jamming, a peachy pink with gold pearl shimmer. Violet Femme or Femmes. Purple with blue pearl shimmer. Toast, a warm burned orange brown matte. And Jam on It, a deep burgundy matte. I have got Toast on my lower lash line now, combined with a purple eyeliner. Yeah. All right, there's that. Let's talk about goals. I mean, working on 3 palettes in 1 year, I know I'm not going to finish 3 entire palettes in 1 year. That is bonkers. I can't do that. Right. So let's start with this one. Why not? My goal on here is just to hit pan in these 8 shades. And once I've done that, this palette is going to exit this project and I'm going to be down to 2 palettes. I'm hoping I can maybe do 1 a month and then I might be able to have this out in August. That would be amazing. Hang on, 8 months. Might be more like my September update, but yeah, already making excuses. Yeah, this is my goal, to not have it in here for the entire year, but to have the entire year for it in case I need it. So yeah, just hitting pan. These don't have a lot of prior use on them. I did do a No Pan Left Behind for Deco Panning again in 2022, I want to say, in early part of last year. 2023, gosh, but I wouldn't say I've used any of these shades more than 3 times each. This one is obviously tiny, but also unused, now swatched for the first time. Very powdery. Okay, I hope that's useful. I'm gonna see how far I can get with this one this year. In terms of my goal for my next update next month, I would like to have used each shade at least once. That's my goal. I just want to test the waters with this palette. Same as this one, to have used each shade once. Just play around for that first month before I then start to like really figure out, okay, what kind of looks do I want to be wearing? How am I going to team these with my Duty Palette Battleship shades, with my Pandas eyeshadows, all of that. With this one, I have decided I'm going to declutter this at the end of this year. Panning this for 2 years straight, I think that's good enough. And I don't think I need to hold on. Like, all of my favorite shades in here, I would imagine, are going to be gone by then. I might like save some of the shades at the end of the year, I might franken them or something like that, but we'll see. Goals for next month, however, is to work on sizzling on the inner corner almost exclusively. Obviously, you know, I've got some inner corner ones in these other palettes here. But yeah, this is going to be my main focus. I don't think I can finish it in 1 month. I can probably get pretty close. I think that's enough. Yeah, let's keep it at that. Wow, okay. I'm really excited to see how far I can get on all 3 of them. I love the fact that I've got a bit of newness coming in now. Oh, it's an exciting time of the year. I'm still catching up on watching everyone's videos, but yeah, it's a fun time of the year, especially as a panner. Right, thank you so much for watching all the way until the end, and I hope you have a lovely start of the year, and I hope you're doing really well. Take care and lots of love. Bye bye.